Għandna pjaċir niltaqgħu mill-qrib ma' personalità barranija illi ġiet apposta hawn Malta mal-kantanta Lynn Paul illi rajna smajna aktar il-qudiem fil-programm tagħna illum wara nofsinhar. Dan huwa Henry Hadaway li huwa il-proprjetarju u d-direttur ġenerali ta' Satchel Companies, Satchel Group of Companies, flimkien mal-Henry Hadaway Organization, huwa propju Henry Hadaway. Henry, welcome to our show. You're no newcomer to Malta. You've been here countless times. How many? No.
I've been here for about 4 times.
About 4 times?
Yeah. And first time I came here was when John Lucas had his Can't Afford to Lose.
Right. Well, this is what we want to come to. John Lucas is your discovery because John used to sing, but he was a bit too shy to do it publicly. And how did you meet John Lucas?
I met him by chance in London, and I thought he had a great voice, so I thought to take him to the studio and see what happens.
And you encouraged him?
And yes, very much so.
And how did Can't Afford to Lose happen? Where did you get that number from?
I got it from some associates of mine, Noel Gay Organization, and I thought it was a great song, tune.
It was a great song. The lower positions on the charts, there were great hopes pinned on it. Why do you think it didn't happen? Why do you think it didn't go any higher?
Oh, it's a very difficult question, actually. It's many reasons, really. What determines a hit is numerous reasons. I remember at the time we released it just before Christmas, and there were many records released by big artists. Probably that's the reason.
If a song like Can't Afford to Lose were to be re-released, you think it would happen now?
Possibly, if it's recorded with today's sound.
Henry, before you entered the music business, this was about 12 years ago.
Right.
Did you have another profession?
Yes, I studied civil engineering, and I worked as a civil engineer for 4 years.
Well, now civil engineering is a thing of the past. You're more involved in the music business. You started in London. I remember you were in not Wardour Street, was it? Just off Wardour Street, in Gerrard Street, I think.
Gerrard Street, yes.
Your offices initially when we first met in the 60s.
Yes.
And now you're whereabouts in London?
I've got an office in Finchley Road.
And you also have a chain of record shops, I understand?
We are associated with, yes, chain of
record shops. But it's not only London and England. Your success, your companies, your organization are now worldwide. And where exactly do you have offices?
We're in about 25 countries in the world. Japan is our main office, after London, of course. And Cleveland in the States.
I see. And do you sell many records in Japan, in a country like an Oriental country? Do they go for English artists?
Very much so, yes. We were the most successful label, Japanese or foreign, in around 79. We were the number 1, 2, and 3. We sold approximately 32 million.
32 million records in Japan?
Units. Yeah.
In one year?
No, during the 4 years.
During the 4 years. That's a lot of records.
Yeah.
And what about America? I know that recently you've been in the charts as the Henry Hadaway Orchestra and Chorus. Now, is this a new, shall we say, face to the Henry Hadaway we know? I never knew you conducted orchestras and choruses.
I actually, when I first started, I used to arrange my own product, simply because I couldn't afford arrangers. I did a couple of things for RCA America, production-wise, and they felt that, with the Hooked On series, that they'd like to have a Hooked On sort of type of record for Christmas, and they asked me to do it, so I've done it.
What was it called?
Turned on Christmas.
Instead of Hooked On Classics.
Right.
And the Henry Hadaway Orchestra and Chorus.
Right.
Now, when you come to record the records, the biggest thing is to find a recording studio, engineers, producers. But you have solved this problem as well in England, haven't you?
Yes, it's great. I've got a fantastic team around me. We do need everything.
And you have your own recording studios in the building?
We have our own recording studio.
Great, and all the records we hear, all the music comes out on Satchel label, comes from there.
Yeah, right.
What other labels does Satchel have? I know you have other record labels, independent.
We have the Satchel label for the general sort of product, and we have the Crash label for the more rock type of product.
Now you have many artists on your label worldwide. Which is the group or the singer that so far have given you the most satisfaction?
It's amazing, it's the Tweets.
I was coming to that. The Tweets and the Birdie song.
Yeah.
Is it true, Henry Hadaway, that 3 of your chief employees, executives, when you went up to them and told them, listen, I have this record and I got it from Spain, I think it was, and you told them this is going to be released next week, that the 3 top officials from the Satchel organization told you, if you put that record out, please accept our resignation?
That's true, yeah.
And what happened then?
I left it for about a month. Actually, the record came from...
Austria originally, I think it was.
Yeah, the song was written by a Swiss, and the publisher was a Belgian. But the record was done again. First was done 72, then it was done again a couple of years ago in Holland. And they sent me the record to listen to and see if I want to release it in England. And this is when it happened. So I went by chance to Spain, and I heard it, and I saw everybody doing this, and I thought, Jesus, this must be, you know. Came back to England, and they still wouldn't listen to me. So...
how did you persuade them?
Well, I just went down and did it, really.
Did you accept the resignation?
No.
They're still with you?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Great. But did you have a moment of indecision in that 1 month when you
Yes.
thought, I think I'm wrong, or did you keep on thinking, I'm right, this is going to be a hit?
No, I thought they must be right and I must be wrong. They probably know the British market more than I do. And then, you know, it came again, and I said, no, let's try it.
How many records worldwide of the Tweets Birdie song were sold? Give and take 1 million.
Well, it's very difficult to say, but probably about 4.5 million. 4.5
million records. And after the Tweets, do you have any other original act which you intend to launch in 1983?
Yes, I'm actually very, very excited about one particular lady, which Lynn Paul.
Lynn Paul, who we saw and heard earlier, singing 3 numbers which should be on her new long play, and this is her first effort, shall we say, for Satro.
Yes, and I'm very, very proud of that. Her voice is, I mean, just...
There's something in her voice, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
Fantastic.
And she's the easiest artist I've worked with.
Well, as I'm sure our viewers could see earlier on, she is a true professional.
Unbelievable.
And I think it's good at this point in the interview to bring Lynn Paul on the scene. And hello again, Lynn.
Hello.
This time you've heard what Henry had to say and the high hopes he's pinning on you during 1983. Now, how long have you known Henry?
Oh, not very long at all. About, what, 3 months? 4 months? I don't know, something like that.
And how many times have you met him in these 4 months?
Quite a few occasions. Obviously, I mean, I've been in there to work, so...
Now, what made you choose the Satchel company to join when your other record label contract ended and you were looking for a new
Goodness me, I didn't choose the organisation. They chose me. Yes, they asked me would I like to go and record, and I said I'd love to. Nobody else had offered anyway, so...
And what do you think of the material you're recording?
I love it.
So far?
It's a lot different from what I'm used to, but I have absolute faith in Henry, so I'm quite prepared to do anything.
Right, now Henry's in the hot seat here, and he's showing it. What are your impressions, personal and professional, of Henry Hadaway?
Oh, dear me, Norman. Professionally, I think he's fabulous. I mean, I enjoy working with him. He gets the very best out of me in the studios. I just enjoy working with him, and I respect his work, obviously. Personally, I find him very nice. I find him very thoughtful. He cares a great deal for his acts. Well, I think he cares for me anyway, and I do for him. So it's a very nice, warm relationship we have.
Thank you, Lynn.
You're welcome.
Henry, after words like that, what can you say?
What can I say?
Well, go on, say something. The lady said so many beautiful things about you.
Well, she's a lovely person herself.
I can see this working relationship getting really fantastic during 1983.
It is. Yeah.
And we hope that Lynn will also sell 4.5 million records like the Tweets.
I'm sure she will.
Have you got one particular song? Do you think it's one of those we heard this afternoon, or you're still looking for the right number for her?
I'm still looking. We'll always be looking, really, especially with an act like her. You always want the best, you know, and you always think, will the public like this? Is she being presented the right way? You know, all these questions.
Right. What is your connection with the police? Telly Savalas, Kojak.
Oh, he actually...
The television police.
Yeah, right. He's recorded an album, and we've licensed it for the UK, and we've released his single, The Broken Hearted, and it did this sort of lower parts of the...
It made the country and western charts.
Yes, oh yes.
It's a very popular song in Malta, incidentally.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great song, actually.
So Telly is also one of the artists on
yes.
the Satchel label, we can say. Do you see much of Telly Savalas?
Whenever he comes to London, I'm there as well. Yes.
When you bringing him to Malta?
Like I said, when he comes to London, and if everything is fine, you know.
So we hope to see.
It all depends on you too, you know. Whenever you ask him.
We're here up to the end of May, and we hope that Terry can come here and be in the hot seat in the next few weeks. When do you think he'll be in London? When do you think?
I honestly don't. I don't know. I don't know when. It depends on his shooting schedule, I think.
Tell me, how did you and why did you decide to branch out of England and go to places like America and eventually also open businesses in 25 different countries?
See, music really is not one country's domain. It's a worldwide language, and it's you've got to think international, and that's the reason. And for me, England and the States are still the main sources of talent.
You live in the States, do you, these days?
I live in the States as well as in London. I commute.
But your biggest business, your biggest interests?
It's
both sides of the Atlantic.
For me, England will always be my base.
Now, we've heard about Satchel, but there's also the Henry Hadaway organization. I know you're branching out into television as well.
Well, we handle publishing, music publishing, and we are branching into cable video, and hopefully we'll be shooting and producing video.
Videos, you mean commercials, songs and programs in general?
Yeah, everything.
That's great.
Hopefully.
You've met a lot of personalities in your life. I know we have a photograph of you meeting James last. And how did this come about?
When we got the Carl Allen Award, we actually got it for the Record of the Year for the Birdie song. And he got it for, I can't remember exactly why, but he was in the same duo, and how this photo came about.
In fact, Henry, you also brought with you, because we asked you to, one of the many gold records that adorn the Satchel organization offices in London. And this particular gold record was for the Tweets, wasn't it?
Yes, this is from actually KTEL, and it's for the Tweets.
It was for long play sales of this particular...
That's right. It's done, I think, over 1 million. It's a KTEL album.
How prestigious is a gold record?
It actually means that you've sold a certain amount of records. It's nice to have, because you feel you were rewarded, and you know, for what you worked for.
John Lucas, are you still working with him? Are you still recording him?
Yes. The last time we've been in the studio actually was a week ago. We're doing a lovely song for him.
Will it be ballad or rock?
It'll be mid-tempo actually.
And I know you have...
Similar to his I Can't Afford to Lose.
Can't Afford to Lose. Yeah. I know you also have other artists over there. I know you have the Techno Twins. What's happened to the Techno Twins? They were here on a television assignment about a year ago. They were here when we had the local carnival. What are they doing now?
They're in the studio at the moment, and they're doing their second album. Their first album is just gone in Japan, and actually it's great hopes. I think they'll make it. I think they're very talented, and they'll make it. The new album is going to be very, very varied. They're very talented in so much. They produce their own selves, and they have great talent. Yeah.
And for the future, apart from Lynn Paul and Techno Twins for 1983 and cable television, which you're going into in a very big way, which incidentally, from what we read in here, is the biggest thing in the 80s in America and England, the cable television. What else do you have projected for your organization, or for yourself personally?
Really, I've got I've got a couple of artists that like I said, I'm really excited, mainly Lynn. The other one is, we've just finished an album for Kenny Lynch.
Oh yes.
And it's different to whatever he's done before.
Kenny Lynch is that coloured guy, very, very colourful, who had Can Never Stop Me Loving You in the 1960s, Up on the Roof, and so many other hits.
Yeah, that's right. He also used to produce other artists. He used to write songs. He's a great personality. I mean, he's a very loved person.
In fact, I came twice to your office is about a month and a half ago, when we were arranging for artists to be brought over weekly here to Malta, and I saw Kenny around the studios quite a few times.
Right. His album, the one he's just finished, it's taken him about 18 months to do, and he's had guest artists like Crick Wakeman and Jim Capaldi and people like that. And the album has come out really tremendous.
Now, I know also that you enter a lot in festivals, like you've just come back from Meedham.
That's right.
Would you like to tell us if you've managed to arrange any new deals at the Meedham Festival, or are they still top secret?
No. Meedham has always been a great asset to our company. Last year, because of the depression in every business, it actually showed in excuse me, in Meedham, in our business last year, and there was great sort of gloom. This year was really tremendous. The gloom passed away, and everybody seemed to want to do something, and everybody was wanting to buy and sell, so it was good. For us, we strengthened our licensees from before. We made a couple of new deals, specifically in Germany. We've changed our licensees, and Germany, and I think we did a new deal in Spain as well.
Well, Henry, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time to come on the program. I know you were worried about what we're going to hit you with on the program, but we didn't hit you with anything really bad, except Lynn, but she was also, not bad, but she was very...
You have the way of saying the nicest things then.
Don't I? I put my foot in it at the most inopportune time.
No, you don't, not really.
Well, but what I mean is Henry was dreading what Lynn was going to say on the interview.
Not really, no.
And really, she brought you out in flying colours.
She's great.
Possibly because she wants a lot out of Henry Hadaway in your career. So that's why she was gentle to you.
I hope so. I want a lot from her.
Great. Well, I wish you both a lot of luck. Then thank you again for staying with us for the rest of the evening after you did your numbers earlier, and for helping out on the personality interview. And Henry, best of luck in all you do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.